Yeah, so we are in Paris. We're between Ville Saint-Louis and in Cité. And here, it's a beautiful day. It's picturesque. You probably couldn't have better weather. It's a bit cold, but over there you have the Institute of the Arab World. Over there you have, oh hello.
Talk to the camera.
Over there, I think that's, what was it?
Latin Quarter in that
Latin
direction.
Quarter,
Yeah. And over here we have the Hotel de Ville.
Hotel de Ville.
And the Tour Saint-Jacques.
I love the Tour Saint-Jacques because it's only a tower. It's a tower in a park.
Because
in the French Revolution, a whole bunch of revolutionaries came and destroyed the church. But there was a scientific experiment that's very important that happened in the tower where some scientists discovered barometry or whatever. But the funny part is, imagine being the revolutionary who's like, hey, I heard there's some science stuff that happened here. Let's not destroy the tower. Guys, give me a second. Let's not destroy the tower. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like foaming mob of Parisians are like, yeah, science is important. So I love this Tour Saint-Jacques.
So Luca and I are out here walking over to the metro because we're going to go do our Christmas shopping. My favorite Christmas shopping spot is just on the other side here at the Boutiques de Hotel de Ville, the BHV. I was there yesterday.
It's not the Samaritan?
No, I don't. I'm not a fancy person shopping. BHV is like Macy's, so lots of practical stuff. On this little pont that goes between Ile Saint-Louis, where we always stay on our tours, and the Ile de la Cité, there's always a musician, even in the rain the other night. Do you see that? The guy with the piano in the rain? So there's always a musician, there's always swans. This is just the most precious place, and we just ate at our little local, oh look, there they are.
Swans.
There's the swans. You can see over in the corner people feeding the swans. I think they like to be here because it's kind of in between. It's this little eddy in the river here where they can just hang. So we're gonna, there's an important thing right there. Let's take people to see the front of the important thing. So you can see that the construction on Notre Dame is still ongoing. They did reopen it, but it's not completely finished. When we were here for the tour last year, it had no roof. So in 1 year, they have rebuilt the roof. When we were here last year, they had just built the scaffolding for the spire. So the spire, they were working on it, but they were not anywhere near it. So we thought this would be kind of fun as we walk to the metro to show you a little bit. Sorry, it's windy. It's just been that way this past week. It's a little bit chilly. Berets and hats and scarves, very popular right now. Tchotchkes, all the tchotchkes. I feel like it's Yiddish, maybe. If anybody who is watching knows what the origin of the word tchotchke is, let us know. Seems like it's Yiddish. So you can see the back ambulatory here of Notre Dame has been almost completely redone. And look at the spires there. Those are all brand new carving, which is super impressive that they're able to replicate that even today. And yeah, they've replaced a lot of that stuff. The gargoyles are all brand new. And here along the side, while they're still working, they have a exhibition space that you can walk and you can read the whole story of the recreation of the church. They show pictures of the things they found underneath, because they did do some excavation, and how they did some of the restoration, how they restored the stained glass panels, which honestly, that is the amazing thing, is that stained glass is still there. It survived.
They call that a miracle.
It really is a miracle. So here's the organ, when they took the organ apart, and the way they found the organ, and then putting the organ back. The interior, as you might have seen on our live stream the other day, is very white. But we're in the fourth arrondissement.
And then we're on the Notre Dame.
The Notre Dame cloister. So here's how they worked on recreating some of the pieces. So it's really fun to come here and kind of have a look. The stained glass is magnificent on the inside. It's better than it ever has been. And everything, as you can see, is shockingly white on the inside. So that was the biggest takeaway, I would say, from our visit was I could not believe how white it is. And you can tell again here. So look all the way up there. So this fell down during the fire because the roof imploded. So that top register right there, that's all brand new carving. And look how beautiful it is. It's exactly the way it was before. Gargoyles and all. The rose window did survive. Which is amazing. Yeah. So you can tell because the stones beneath are much darker. What was there before and what was not. So yeah, this exhibition is pretty interesting. So if you come, they'll probably still have it up because they are not nearly done. The other thing, let me see if I can get a good angle on it. There you go. Okay. This is so interesting. Have you noticed this? Look. So the flying buttresses coming off of the church, they've built these big wooden braces. Do you see that? That's how they would have done it in the Middle Ages. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, they would have built these big wooden braces until they were completely done putting in the keystone into the arch, and then they would take it down. So, yeah, you can see new gargoyles and old gargoyles all in the same picture. So that's what we saw last year when we were here. That's just amazing that in a year they were able to do that. Oh, and look, they're showing how they went and they picked up oak timber from the same place that they cut down the wood for the original church. Oh, crepes, chocolat chaude, vin chaude. So it's a little early for the vin chaude, but not too.
For anybody who wants hot wine at 1 o'clock in the morning.
We sat down for our lunch at 11:45, and I have to say I was a little bit tempted, but. So these are the restaurant chairs, the bistro chairs, which are always oriented to be like a theater setting, so you can watch people walking by. So this is just a little, those of you joining us now, this is a little atmospheric walk from our hotel on the Ile Saint-Louis to our metro station. It is windy. I apologize if that's messing up the sound. But I just wanted to show you how the whole thing at Notre Dame is working and looking. Luca, you just walked in here this morning with no reservation. At 8 o'clock?
It was, yeah, we left at 8:15, so we probably walked in at 8:20, no line, and they were having mass. We watched the whole row, give their massy mass.
So it must be mass at 8 and then opening to the public at 10 must be that's my guess.
Yeah, it was weird that they had the doors open halfway through mass. So we went and we cleared at the poor parishioners.
So this looks like an intimidating line, but you know what? This is the line that the church used to have before. So this is not an unusual amount of people waiting to get into Notre Dame. And it moves very fast. See, look. They're just going, and you just have to pass through a little bit of security, and in you go. And so here is the facade of our newly opened and beautifully clean Notre Dame on this absolutely glorious December day.
Beautiful, newly clean.
Yeah, so the facade actually kind of survived the fire pretty well. It would have been a disaster because apparently had they not put the fire out, it was pretty close to complete collapse. So they got it just in time. And over here, our old friend Charlemagne still watching over the square as he always has done.
Very important detail.
What's that?
What's that?
What's what?
That.
What?
Look, what's that?
No, you need to tell me. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's that one tower.
It's that one tower. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that in the distance. Right there. Oof, sorry. The Eiffel Tower. I have never noticed that you can see this from here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. And it's only really standing here. Huh.
Only really standing here, and it's like,
yeah.
You wouldn't expect to be able to see it at all.
Huh.
I think that also it's been a lot cloudier, so it's been kind of disappeared.
Yeah, we haven't seen much. So, yeah, so things are kind of back to normal here. which is really shocking because a year ago this whole square was completely blocked off. You could not see anything. So it looks like the line has curved all the way around back to here. But even so, look how fast it's moving.
We got in about 20 minutes along this long.
Yeah, it took us, not even that. I think it was maybe, I didn't even have time to finish my Notre Dame talk.
Yeah.
So I think it was maybe 10 minutes or less. So if you're coming to Paris at this point, you can get reservations if you can. I mean, it's a thing theoretically. But we were not able to actually procure reservations. But it turns out you don't have to because everybody in our group has been in at least twice. Because we're staying really close by, we just pop over here, and if there's a line, we don't go in, and if there's no line, we go in. So don't get too stressed out if you're coming to Paris in the next few months. You will be able to get in. My theory is the summer is going to be really busy because everybody's going to want to come back and see it. So they have built this new thing, like a viewing platform with a shop. So this is something new that they didn't used to have. And currently the archaeological crypt appears to be closed. Because, I wanted to take the group in there the other day. Here's a wooden model of Notre Dame. So they're just restoring it exactly the way it was before. So we're going to head this way now. If you want to hang out with us a little bit longer, we're almost to the metro. So over here we have the Hotel Dieu, which is the hospital here.
It's called the Hotel Dieu because it's the hotel that you go to when you're about to see God.
Yeah, because in the past, if you went to the hospital, that was not good. We have the RER here on the Ile de la Cité that takes you to the airport.
RERB. I don't know why it's only the RERB, but...
Oh, hey, quick.
Oh my gosh.
Quick. This is my least favorite crosswalk in Paris because I miss it every time, and then I have to wait a long time. Woohoo, look at that. We got to cross. And you said there was something about Mitterrand here? Yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about Mitterrand real quick? Talk to the camera.
This is a monument to Francois Mitterrand, who is one of the better presidents of France and also the most French man ever. His death and funeral is what I really like to talk about because so he when he died he had a last meal and his last meal was a thing called, I think it's like birds in sarcophagus, and it's essentially a whole bird, like everything, that is cooked and then put into puff pastry. And the way that you eat it is that you put a napkin over your head, and then you take the little puff pastry bird and you bite into it like that, and there's still bones in it.
And you put a napkin over your head because it's shameful.
Because it's shameful. Because it's an awful thing to eat. And kind of I think it's illegal now, but you can still get it if you go to a morally dubious shop. And so you bite into it, and apparently part of the experience is that the bones pierce your gums and the blood mixes with the bird.
Oh, it's gross.
It's gross. So Francois Mitterrand had like 5 of those for his last meal. He ate 5 of them and then never ate again. And then at his funeral, his family went, and it was very sad, and then his family was very surprised because his other Quebecois family, who they didn't know about, also showed up to the funeral. So very French of him to do that.
Well, I'm not sure all French people are like that, but definitely a surprise. So we're going to walk around the corner now. This is on the Ile de la Cité. If you're just joining us, we're just going through a little stroll from Ile Saint-Louis to the Cité metro stop because Luca and I are going to go. Sorry, I almost called you Nico. Luca and I are going Christmas shopping at Les Halles.
The evil train station. I like.
It's not a train station, Les Halles. Oh, sorry. Okay. So it used to be the marketplace of Paris with, fruits and vegetables and meats, and then they tore it down and they built a shopping mall. And I kind of am sorry that they did that because it would have been nice to have had a food hall here in Paris, in central Paris instead. But instead they have a Monoprix, which is also a modern day food hall of sorts. So we're going to go buy cheese and butter.
At Les Halles, they have, I think, 4 4 metro lines and 3 RER lines, so basically seven metro lines in total that meet there. And so it's just like a maze. You feel like a rat when you're going through it. So it's kind of like awful to like go to Leal.
Yeah, Leal is just very busy. So behind me as I'm walking, we're walking by the Prefecture de Police, which you know, I think, from the Pink Panther. If you're of a certain age, I think that Luca doesn't know who the Pink Panther is.
I watched the Pink Panther.
with the actual Pink Panther, right?
No, I watched both the animated one and the detective one.
Ah, okay. So this would have been Inspector Clouseau's office, were he a real person, but he wasn't. He was fictitious. But this is such a popular place because any kind of paperwork you need to have done, and if you live in Paris, needs to be here. So every day when we walk by here, there's tons of people. It's a very busy place. And over here we have the flower market, which also sometimes has birds. But they've been selling Christmas trees here. It's been really fun to see people getting ready for the holidays. And then we have the Metropolitan Cité stop. And this is our line number 4, which is a really useful line. And look how beautiful these panels are.
Look how beautiful this map.
You love the map, but the actual Metropolitan entry, this is one of the original ones in the Art Nouveau style, taking iron and making it look like plants, which was sort of a reaction to the harshness of the Industrial Revolution. So, all right, Luca. Oh, and also, sorry, one more thing. Sainte-Chapelle over here. You can see Sainte-Chapelle. This down here is now one of the law courts, but in the past, that was the Palace of the Kings of France, which you think of as the Louvre, but the Louvre was a later palace. This is the earlier one. So this is where St. Louis might have lived. And
St. Louis of St. Louis.
Of St. Louis. He would have lived there, Louis IX. And then this spire is the spire to Sainte-Chapelle, Holy Chapel, where the crown of thorns was housed. And you can see the very tippy top, a little crown that's supposed to be the representation of the crown of thorns.
Yeah.
Theoretically, the crown of thorns we were told was going to be in Notre Dame today. We don't know if it is. It wasn't earlier.
It wasn't there when I went there, but maybe it's going to be there.
Yeah.
It was the royal palace before they moved to the Tuileries, before they moved to Versailles. Because they moved, the French kings have a lot of money and they love building new palaces. And actually, the Tuileries is fun because it was built by an Italian. It was built by Caterina de Medici.
Yeah.
And she was funny because she had a squadron of trained spies that would go around and seduce all of the nobles that would then report back to Catherine de Medici. And they were called a flying squadron.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so yeah, she also killed a whole bunch of French Protestants, which is so good. She had a whole bunch of ladies that would go around and seduce nobles. Bad, killed a lot of Protestants.
Good, she brought the fork. The French didn't have the fork before.
French did not have the fork.
No.
Bad. She did a massacre.
Well,
So that was not so good.
so you can see that I have raised another tour
Good, she's
guide.
Italian. Love
So yeah.
Italians.
I've involuntarily raised myself a tour guide. So Luca is now guiding for me. He and I ran the Paris tour together, and he is a font of historical anecdotes such as these. He can also talk at great length about the metro system here. Metro, yeah. One of the earliest metro systems in the world and one of the most extensive and so reliable. I have to say, after working in Italy for so many years, coming to Paris is a delight because getting our group around town is so easy with their metro passes.
The only issue is that they don't have the ADA.
True.
Be glad that you have the ADA. Don't let anybody ever talk down to America because we have the ADA and they don't.
Which, what he's talking about is that every metro station has stairs. So people with carriages, I feel so bad for them.
At 2 separate occasions on this tour, we've seen parents actually carrying their whole child and stroller up the steps of a metro, and it's like, God bless the USA. God bless the USA, salute the flag, kneel for the troops.
No, it is true. They don't do a very good job of making the metro accessible. I mean, if you're in a wheelchair, you can't ride the metro. So that's unfortunate. They should work on that a little bit. But otherwise, we love the metro here. So one last thing we wanted to share with you guys before we go, and I hope you enjoyed our just little early afternoon stroll here. We're heading to Leal to the Monoprix because we want to bring some fun stuff back. So what do you bring back from France? And this is something you can do the next time you're in France yourself. We're going to stuff our suitcase with French butter, number 1.
Butter.
Yes.
Butter.
because French butter, once you have French butter, you will never go back.
It's like the fancy Kerrygold butter that's like $1 million.
Oh, but better, but better.
But better, and if you get it in France, it's like €2.
There's a reason the pastries are better here. It's because it's made with this special butter. So we're going to go buy a bunch of special butter for my other child to make us pastries. Sorry, I'm going to get out the window a little bit. You're going to be our windshield. And then we're also going to buy cheese because they have some wonderful cheeses. We're going to buy stuff to make fondue. We're going to look at what else. Mustard. We're going to bring home mustard. What else do you like to bring home?
Mustard, cheese, spirits, and wine. I'm 20, so I can bring back wine.
No, you can't actually.
Wait, I can't. Oh no. Uh-oh. We're not doing that.
You have to be 21 once you get to the U.S. You can have it here. You just can't take it home.
We want to bring back creme de cassis so we can put it in our.
Yes, we're going to make kefir for Christmas. So 1 bottle of creme de cassis will last you forever because you only need about a tablespoon of it to make yourself a kefir. What else? Linens are fun if you want to look at French tablecloths or linens, that sort of thing. I bring home sponges. They make really nice sponges here. I know it sounds dumb, but they do.
Soap, lavender soap.
Soap. We love the soap, and it's very cheap here. The Savon de Marseille is very, very inexpensive.
Oh. Perfume, Fragonard perfume. Don't buy Dior perfume. If they smell like aftershave, it's disgusting. It's gross.
If you were to buy perfume in France, go to Fragonard. We spent a lot of time in Fragonard.
Museum attached to their shop.
And you can mix your own perfume.
And you can mix your own perfume. You can get a history lesson, and then you can buy the best perfume.
Yeah, we should have done that and done a video on that.
We should.
We did it last year. Sorry. Next time we'll do it for you guys. So that's what is on our shopping list, plus any other kind of fun Christmassy things. We're going to the Monoprix, which is like French Target. It's fantastic. So we got to go, though, because we don't have a lot of time. So thanks for joining us for this little...
Speed shopping.
Thank you for joining us, as usual, for our French adventures. We will be back again live tonight with a little live stream from the Christmas market that's supposed to be the biggest one in Paris. We'll go discover if it is. Sorry. A little bit of a cough. And then we'll find out if it is the biggest one in Paris. All right? Okay. Au revoir, friends. We'll see you later on tonight.